Hey guys, Ross Givens here. We're going to take a look at the markets and try to help you make some sense of what's been kind of a wild period in the stock market. Now, if you've been following the indexes, last week was the worst week for the Nasdaq since March. Most of those losses come from a handful of the once leading tech stocks. We saw Apple get clobbered. Tesla's down like 25% just in the last 2 weeks. So it's not as bad as it looks. But a lot of people are asking, is this a good time to get into stocks and buy stuff, or should I wait? In my opinion, it's a good time to buy. Let's take a look. Now, here's the S&P 500 index. You see this goes back, this is from the beginning of the year to now. We had the big sell-off from the coronavirus, plus the run higher. But now, what I want you to pay attention to is the blue line on the chart. It's the 50-day moving average. And that's one of the most crucial areas that the big money on Wall Street, the institutional dollars, are following and looking for support and resistance at. So if we go all the way back here to February, notice that the market kind of found support at the 50-day moving average, bounced higher, and then the sell-off began. Now, when you get a sell-off like this, look, there's no rules, okay? Nothing's going to hold. It's going to break through. And it finally recovered this area right here about a month later in April. And since then, notice it bounced, and now looking to bounce again off that 200-day moving average. And to make things even simpler, let's take a look at a visual channel. So when you overlay this channel on the market, look how clear it is that the market is trending higher. When you get these clear trend channels like this, the easiest thing to do is simply buy off the bottom of this channel, or at least in the lower half of the channel, for pushes higher. So we have extremely loose monetary policy, meaning the Federal Reserve has got interest rates at zero. They've agreed to keep them at zero for pretty much the next 2 years. There's a Fed meeting later this week where, heads up, they're going to announce no change. The Fed fund rate is going to stay at zero. But we got extremely loose policy there. They're spending trillions of dollars pumping up this market. So it's going to take another catastrophe to send this thing lower, and I think this is a great time to buy here near the bottom of this channel as we push higher, likely to new all-time highs once again. But doesn't mean you can just buy anything, okay? One of the questions I get a lot is, Ross, what do you think about Zoom or Peloton or these stocks that have taken off? Look, when it comes to Zoom, heads up, you missed the boat, okay? Your window is gone. Beginning of this year, this is a $50 stock. Now it's a $400 stock. Don't chase it. If you're not in Zoom, you missed it. Peloton, same thing. I recommended this stock a while back as a potential hedge in this work-from-home environment. At the time, it was a $20, $25 stock. It hit $100. If you're not in Peloton, heads up, you missed it. Same thing with Etsy, the sort of generic eBay, all right? This was a $30, $40 stock. Now it's a $120 stock. Do not chase these big names. It's too risky to get in here. The valuations are too inflated. You're not going to get them all, but luckily there's 8,000 publicly traded companies. If you missed a couple of them, don't worry. There's always another opportunity. Right now, what we're seeing in the market is a return to value. Stocks like Disney, the point of control here at $110. That would be my ideal buy point for Disney. If you want to kind of take a nibble at the stock, maybe get a part of a position, try to add at 110. I think right here we are right now around $132 a share is a nice place to get in. Look at the nice high volume area here. It's the second highest volume node. Obviously, you've got the big chunk here between about 100 and 115, but 130 coming as the second best place to buy this stock. How about Apple? Believe it or not, Apple's still a relatively fairly priced value stock. It's had a huge run, as you all know, over this year, but Apple is one of those companies that actually turns a big profit that somewhat justifies its insanely high $2 trillion valuation. If I'm looking at buy points, obviously 80 is the number I want to get it at. Next best place, right up here between $110, $115 per share. So if you're looking for long-term holds, I don't think it's a bad place to buy Apple. One more, maybe Caterpillar, right? Another Dow 30 stock. This is one that's just a health index for the overall market. We back Caterpillar up to 2017. What do we see here on the roadmap? The big buy point for Caterpillar, $137 a share. We're not that far off that, around a 152 right now. So if we get a small pullback, in the 10% neighborhood, I think Caterpillar would be a great buy there, again, around 137. So overall, I think the market is a decent time to buy. Is it the best buying opportunity in a decade? No, but a lot of people are on the sidelines looking for a chance to get back in, and I think this is one of the only chances to re-enter on a somewhat small pullback you're going to see right here at the bottom of the channel. So don't chase the stocks. Don't follow the big names. One other thing I want to tell you guys, I put it in my recent update, but I did a video talking about some new IPOs coming out, and one of those is a company called Snowflake, ticker symbol SNOW. Now, I don't usually like IPOs. They're not my thing. Most of them get a bounce, then they crash 50 to 80%, and they slowly grind back up higher. But this one could see some strong performance. Now, Snowflake is the data warehouse built for the cloud. It's got partnerships with Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure. It's also got the financial backing of legendary investor Warren Buffett. He's got a $250 million position in the stock right now. He's agreed to buy 4 million more shares at the IPO price of $100 to $110 per share, and it's scheduled to begin trading tomorrow. They just announced this. So Tuesday, September the 15th, Snowflake will hit the market under ticker symbol SNOW. There's a lot of talk around the web right now about this being the next darling of Wall Street, the next big data tech stock. So I think it's one you want to keep an eye on. I'm expecting a big pop this week out of that stock. We could see some real excitement. So for you traders looking for some action, looking for something that's going to move, SNOW, Snowflake, that's my tip for you for this week. So I hope that helps. Gives you kind of a broad strokes overlook at the market. Invest well, and I'll see you in the next video. Now, if you want to learn more about this volume roadmap, this powerful tool that we all have at our fingertips, yet very few people know about, it's the tool I use to identify the best places to buy stocks, to know exactly where to get out. It's the same tool I use to forecast the low of this market before the coronavirus sell-off within 0.1%. That's right, we called the low the best buying opportunity we've had in more than a decade using this tool. If you want to learn how to do this yourself, I want to show you. Now, I've just did a live presentation with my friend Dustin Pass covering this entire methodology. I'm going to show you how to use this extremely powerful tool, the one used by major institutions and endowments and hedge funds to know exactly where to buy and sell. You can watch that recording right now on demand. There should be a link below or to the side of this video. I encourage you to watch it. It's about 45 minutes long, and it will completely change the way you view the market. Again, this is a powerful tool, and it's going to help you identify the best places to buy stocks, to know where to sell stocks. And I'm even going to talk about how I use this information to model trades to extract the highest possible percentage gains from those moves that I forecast using this tool. And I've done it in my other services to extract gains as high as 1,091%, and I want you to be able to do the same thing. So go ahead right now, click that link, watch this free on-demand training, and I'm telling you, you will never trade stocks the same way again.